Hello, my name's Professor David Edwards. Today we're going to be talking about the role of a PhD supervisor, and I'm pleased to be joined here by two of my former and recently graduated PhD students, Dr. Loretta and Dr. Aya. You've got two different types of supervisors. You've first of all got the Director of Studies, who is the main point of contact for the student, and then you typically have one or two, sometimes three, second, third, fourth supervisors who then provide assistance on the team. The role is really to act as initially, I suppose, as a mentor for a young, brilliant, talented person who wants to get on in research and with their career. And that mentoring process is about guiding, steering, supporting, but then it sort of changes about halfway through. You tend to find the student then begins to overtake the mentor, and they begin to lead more, and then you move as a supervisor into more of how can I put it, a coaching role. So you're offering constructive advice and guidance and pointing in the right direction, but not laying it out as much as you would do in the early days.
In my case, so since I was doing my master's degree, it was a period of COVID lockdown. So it was having regular meetings with him. It was not only just to update on the progress of my project, but also it was mentally to have him there. That was support for me because everyone went into lockdown. That's only at the beginning, but later on, now looking back, I can reflect and say that yeah, this process has changed me, and rightfully so, because being a researcher, it trains you to think independently, critically, and I think he played a key role in achieving those skills, and that's one of the key skills in doing research.
I normally joke with it and say supervisor is like the project manager's project manager. So basically he's like the Google map of research for you. So it's like you are going somewhere, you know your location, you know where you're going to. Probably you just don't know the route to take. And he has been there before, maybe even multiple times. So he kind of like guides you on the kind of route you are supposed to take and helps you to cut the traffic and any jams anywhere, tells you the best alternative route to take. So basically, he kind of models how Google Map works, or even say a compass works, and points you in the right direction.
I know you two are going to be my boss one day, so I've got to look after you in these early days.
Yes, I'm going to be your boss.
I don't doubt it. It's not all about academic study. You have to enjoy what you do. You have to enjoy the people you're with and the time you spend with them. You have to be professional at first. I think you have to set the expectations right at the outset. But as you go through that journey and as people are, meeting those objectives, you develop a friendship. And it tends to be, in the optimum situations, it tends to be a lifelong friendship.
Being a PhD student and as well as a new mother came with its own challenges. And that was where I realized that you need to be resilient in whatever you are doing and adapt quickly to your new situation. And that is also where I am a little a lot fortunate with the kind of supervisor I had.
I think I would actually describe my own experience as actually the one of the features that really attracts me to doing PhD is flexibility in my experience, because it is not about time you spend, it's about deliverables, I think. Yeah, and that comes, that's where a supervisor's role comes into play, because if you are honest and transparent about what are the goals you want to achieve, and this goal is shared by both student and supervisor. So as long as you are both clear on that, I think it's on you how you use your time.
The Viva was another journey, I'll say. Yeah. So I had my Viva. Before that, that was where I was having mini Vivas before that with Professor David and my other supervisor, Chris, kind of helped me because on the day of the Viva, it was like a walk in the park, basically. And it's not to brag or anything, but it really did not feel like I was having any form of examination.
It was a conversation,
Yeah,
wasn't
it was a conversation. I just felt like I was telling people about my work. I was just explaining my work to people.
I often say to a student who's at the start of the journey, don't try and get definition of the mountain that might be 200 miles away straight away, but rather start your journey, get closer and closer over time, and then you get the definition of what that mountain looks like. Sometimes people look at a distance and then get worried, and it's natural, isn't it? You know, am I good enough? Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Am I going to make a contribution to knowledge? You know, so it's about taking those steps, isn't it?